Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. What do you think if I say, I want everyone to be richly blessed? I want you to be rich. Does that send a little bit of a shudder through your body that maybe rich means evil or greedy or taking more than your share? And I'm not talking about being greedy or rich only in financial means. I'm talking about being richly blessed in every area of your life. You've heard the saying that if you don't have your health, you have nothing. Wealth is nothing without your health. I want everyone to have enough wealth so that they don't have to worry. They don't have to fear. They don't have to have anxiety. I want everyone to be richly blessed in finances so that they can live the life they want to live. They have enough money to buy food and clothing and shelter and to enjoy life and to buy beautiful gifts for their loved ones, to give to the charities that are dear to their heart. I want everyone to experience time and money freedom, to have sufficient resources to live life the way they want. And that also means being richly blessed in relationships. Relationships with your relatives, with your loved ones, with your family, with your friends and community, with coworkers. Riches are giving and receiving of abundance in all areas of your life. And what I want for myself, I want for everyone. The universe is totally deductive. It does not differentiate between good and bad. It only receives and reacts. The law says what you put out, you receive. Action, reaction are equal and opposite. The universe just sends like energy back to us. That's why it becomes vitally important for us to be continually working at altering our old paradigms, improving our own minds, improving our lives. Energy always returns to its source of origination. Give and you shall receive. If you want to be richly blessed in all areas of your life, you want to send love out into the universe. And then you're rewarded with love, with peace, with well-being. As you study to gain understanding, you increase your faith. Give and you shall receive. If you can incorporate this into your thinking, into your everyday way of life with every person you come in contact with, you're going to live a richer life. You don't get rich by doing certain things. You get rich by doing things in a certain way. And the certain way is by the law. Whether you call it God's law, universal law, but there are laws. There's a law of cause and effect. You can't be in a miserable state of being and attract happiness and health. And you don't want to be giving just in order to receive. That's not giving, that's trading. You want to give willingly, give generously, give from your heart, and you will be rewarded by the universe. If you give to someone who is less fortunate, a homeless person, a displaced person, a person who really needs help, you're not going to expect them to help you back with, they might not even be able to repay you what they owe, but you will be justly rewarded anyway. Your good will come through another person or through a surprising event, not necessarily from the people that you give to. But energy always returns to its source of origination. Look for ways that you can help another person. Look for ways that you can improve this world. Start looking for what other people do well and bring it to their attention. See if you can start to leave an impression of increase with every person you come in contact with. Now, sometimes that can be really challenging. And sometimes it's just easy and it becomes habitual, holding the door open for someone, letting someone merge into traffic, allowing things to flow easily, maybe paying for coffee for the person behind you, or even paying for someone's groceries just because you have a loving heart, you're generous. And as you put more good out into the universe, you will just be rewarded. The compensation for developing the impression of increase in your character is phenomenal. It goes beyond the scope of your imagination. When you see the best in other people, in your company, in situations and circumstances, you're going to put yourself into a phenomenal vibration. Life just gets better and better and better. You don't get rich by doing certain things. You get rich by doing things in a certain way through the law, the universal laws. To live the rich and abundant life, you must bring your mind into harmony with the laws that govern your being. However you spend your days, see your work as a service that you are rendering, and it must be done in a certain way. Get your mind in tune with the universe. Take a deep breath in and relax. Get into a state of being calm, confident, generous, in control of your thoughts, bringing positive energy in and letting go of any stresses. Take a deep breath in and fill yourself with love, with ease, with well-being. The law says what you put out is what comes back. Give your best. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. You want to make certain that you are one of the most effective human beings you could ever be. Do things in a certain way. If you tap into universal energy and bring in that power of the universe, you then can believe that you accomplish anything you put your mind to. What you think controls your emotions, and your emotions control the vibration that your body is in. Your vibration controls your action, and your action, your behavior, the things that you do controls the reaction of the universe. We're all part of the universe, this invisible realm. You can't see it, you can see the reaction. The energy that you send out, the actions that you take, and the reaction meet. And then your physical results are manifested. What you see in your life is the result of what you've been thinking, what you've been doing. The rewards that you receive, the results that are in your life are based upon your past and current thinking. Get yourself filled up with as much well-being as possible so that every day your life is getting better and better. What you're putting out is improving, and you'll notice you feel calmer. You expect better. Life is getting easier. You're getting stronger, and the results in your life are improving. It's you and the universe working together. When you're in harmony with the universe, your results become more positive. When you're not in harmony with the universal energy, trust me, your results will be less than what you really want. You become what you think about is a truth that all great leaders have agreed upon, although they've disagreed on virtually everything else. You choose your thoughts. You can reject thoughts or internalize them. The thoughts that you internalize, that you get emotionally involved with, are impressed upon your heart, good and bad. As you impress these thoughts upon your heart, as you get emotionally involved with what you want, the universal subconscious mind understands what you're emotionally involved with and shows you more of what you've been thinking and feeling and doing. Repetition of certain thoughts eventually become fixed in your subconscious mind and keep you in a vibration that controls the results that you achieve. Don't let people, conditions, circumstances, anything in the outside world control your thinking. Of course, you want to be aware of what's happening around you, but don't let the outside cause you to overreact or overthink or do certain things in response based on what you don't want. Be in control of what's happening within you. As you have a daily practice of sitting calmly and thinking about, what do I want this outcome to be? What would I really prefer? If everything is working out for the greater good, and I trust the process, I trust the universe is always working in my favor, Start to think great thoughts about your family, your job, your company, your community. Everything is working out for the best. There is good in everything. Make up your mind that regardless of what you did in the past, you're going to do something phenomenal in the future. When you wake up in the morning, make up your mind, today I'm going to do it better than I've ever done before. You're going to do things in a certain way, in a calm, confident manner. No matter how good your day was yesterday, make it just a little bit better today. See if you can practice leaving everyone you meet with the impression of increase. If you're going into the day in a little bit of a sour mood, maybe you want to put on your favorite music and do a little dance or shake off the negative feeling. Maybe you want to take a walk in nature. Breathe in the beauty of the flowers, the trees, the abundance. You can't even count the leaves on the trees, the blades of grass. Imagine that your life is as abundant as nature, that you can give from the heart, give your best, and that takes filling yourself up with the spiritual energy that's available to you all the time. Whether you say a prayer to God, being grateful for your life, being grateful for the challenges that have strengthened you, being grateful for all the gifts that you've already been blessed with. And think about the victories that you have achieved in your life. What's past is past, and the future is wide open for you. And the past doesn't predict the future. If you really pay attention to what you want and focus on what would it feel like to be there, to be that, to be in that state, getting yourself vibrationally raised, your feelings of well-being and faith that the best there is still on its way to you. I'm going to read you a chapter from Thomas Troward called The Spirit of Opulence. Thomas Troward says, if we clearly realize that the creative power in ourselves is unlimited, then there is no reason for limiting the extent to which we may enjoy what we can create by means of it. Where we are drawing from the infinite, we need never be afraid of taking more than our share. That's not where the danger lies. The danger is in not sufficiently realizing our own richness and in looking upon the externalized products of our creative power as being the true riches instead of the creative power of spirit itself. If we avoid this error, there is no need to limit ourselves in taking what we will from the infinite storehouse. All things are yours, And the way to avoid this error is by realizing that the true wealth is in identifying ourselves with the spirit of opulence. We must be opulent in our thought. Do not think money as such, for it is only one means of opulence, but think opulence that is largely, generously, liberally, and you will find that the means of realizing this thought will flow to you from all quarters, whether as money or as 100 other things not to be reckoned in cash. We must not make ourselves dependent on any particular form of wealth or insist on its coming to us through some particular channel. That is at once to impose a limitation and to shut out other forms of wealth and to close other channels. But we must enter into the spirit of it. Now, the spirit is life, and throughout the universe, life ultimately consists in circulation, whether within the physical body of the individual or on the scale of the entire solar system. And circulation means a continual flowing around. The spirit of opulence is no exception to this universal flow of all life. When once this principle becomes clear to us, we shall see that our attention should be directed rather to the giving than the receiving. We must look upon ourselves not as misers' chests to be kept locked for our own benefit, but as centers of distribution. And the better we fulfill our function as such centers, the greater will be the corresponding inflow. The more you give from the heart, the more you receive from the infinite storehouse of the universe. I think everyone desires peace, fulfillment, enough wealth to be comfortable. Fill yourself up with the feeling of prosperity, the feeling of well-being, the feeling of generosity. Infinite. The universe is infinite. Everything that you want is already here on one plane or another. If you can imagine that we live on 3 planes of understanding. You have an educated mind. You've been blessed with an intellect. You can think and reason. That's only part of you. Your physical body is only part of you. Your physical body allows you to experience life, to do things, to accomplish work and play, to have fun, to create things. But you also are a spiritual being. Tap into that energy of the universe. Unlimited, infinite, no bounds. We are only limited by the poverty of our own thinking. Use your imagination to create the beautiful picture that you want to live in your life. What would you experience if you had anything you wanted? The universal storehouse is unlimited, infinite. You don't have to worry about taking more than your share. That's not where the danger lies. All things are yours. When you fill yourself up with well-being and get into the state of being happy, get into the state of feeling abundantly blessed in every area of your life and overflowing into helping everyone around you, raising the spirits of the people around you just by a simple smile, a simple act of kindness, a simple act of generosity, being the best version of yourself, acting as if you're happy and healthy and prosperous, and the universe will reward you in unexpected and delightful ways. You might take the time to visualize what that would look like, what that would feel like, and not worry about how you're going to do something. Just write down what you truly desire. Get into the feeling of it already being yours, knowing that if it's on the spiritual plane, if it's in your imagination, it's possible to bring it into physical reality. And the how, you don't have to worry about that. Just keep putting out the best thoughts, feelings, and actions that you can possibly manage today. Do it with faith and understanding. Do it with love in a calm, confident manner. Write down how you want to feel, the way you want to be living your life. Feel what that would feel like. Get your whole body in the energetic vibration of what you truly desire. Go out and create the best day possible today. And I'll see you back here at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And for my clients, I'll see you back here at 9 o'clock where we can talk more about leaving everyone with the impression of increase. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice.